Well, good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and I want to welcome you to this venerable building here that I am in. This is the headquarters of the United Holy Church of America, Incorporated. This denomination is over 130 some years old. And I'm here right now because I'm have connected to this denomination that I came out of, and so I'm here for a meeting. And I decided that I'm going to do this morning's manna from this location. How about that? And then I'm going to hop on a plane and get back to my people in the Midwest. I'm here in Greensboro, North Carolina, on Dunston Road. How about that? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. And I got this morning, it's all about self development. All about self development. Put that in the chat area. It's all about self development. I'm a little early, but that's okay. I think that'll be all right. It's better to be early than not at all. Wouldn't you say so? So here it is. Here it is. Self development. Self development. Can you hear me? If you can hear me well, then I'm going to just kind of proceed on with that. Want to greet some people and then jump right into the morning manna. How about that? Gloria, how are you? Anna, how are you? Patrice, how are you? Anna, how are you doing? Uh, how are you all doing here? Share the manna. You know I'm going to give you the text to talk, the takeaway. But isn't this a beautiful church? It's a beautiful church. It's the headquarters of the United Holy Church of America Incorporated, where I grew my roots. That's my roots. Been to all around the world, if you will. I was as you may or may not know, the chaplain for the Church of God in Christ for 21 and a half years. But this United Holy Church is where I grew my roots. That's where my roots are. And this morning, put it in the chat area. Self development. How about that? How about that? Self development. Maritha, how are you on this morning? Jewel, how are you on this morning? You know what? I'm gonna get into this morning's man. I started a little early because we're about to have worship here, and then I got to get on the plane. I got to get back to the Midwest. I got to get back to the life changers of New Life. Got a word for you on this Sunday. Trust when I tell you. Trust when I tell you. I got a word for you on this Sunday. So you already know it's the text to talk. The takeaway. The text this morning is 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Now, while you're turning there and looking there, I want to ask you this question. What are you doing? What are you doing with respect to developing yourself? What are you doing with respect to developing yourself? Now, let me kind of give you an antecedent, a prerequisite, if you will, before we get into that. In order to get into the self development, you really have to have some self reflection. In order to have some self development, you got to have some self reflection. And in our text this morning, this is what Paul said to the church at Corinth as they were getting ready to go into having what we would now call communion. He said this: examine yourself. If you examine yourself, then God says he doesn't have to examine you, because if God examines you and you come up short, it's not going to be a good thing. So he says, examine yourself. I like also Romans 8:13. Going to be a little bit longer, but Romans 8:13 says this: you mortify the deeds of the flesh. You mortify the deeds of the flesh. Okay, examine yourself. You mortify the deeds of the flesh. Guess what else? Philippians 2:12 says this. Philippians 2:12 says this. You work out your own salvation. You work out your own salvation. What does that mean? What are we saying here? Self-development. Now, there's another word I want to give you with respect to when we talk about self-development: spiritual formation. Spiritual formation. Now, I'm going to dive deep into that this coming Sunday at New Life. And it's all about us having our Vision Sunday. What are you doing? Let me raise the question. I want you to get this, put it in the chat area. What are you doing to develop yourself spiritually? What are you doing to develop yourself spiritually. We call that spiritual formation, self-development. Here we go. Here we go. First thing I want you to grab is this. In order to have spiritual formation, a system of developing yourself and self-reflection, the first thing you need to do is this. Take a good look, catch this, grab this. Take a good look at your personal balance sheet. Take a good look at your personal balance sheet. What are you looking for? You're looking for your assets and your liabilities. Take a good look at your personal balance sheet. For you're looking at and for your assets and your liabilities. The second thing is this. Make deposits to build up your assets and eliminate your liabilities. Make deposits to build up your assets and eliminate your liabilities in order to develop yourself. What is holding you back? What is hindering you? You need to turn that away. You need to turn that away and build up your assets. Okay? Here's the third thing I want you to grab a hold of. The third thing is this. Eliminate expenditures that do not increase in value. Eliminate expenditures, spending on things from a spiritual point of view that does not increase in value. Self-development, spiritual formation. Let me hit it again. Paul said, examine yourself. He told the church at Philippi, work out your own salvation. Told the church at Rome, mortify the deeds of your flesh. If you do this, you will then develop into and become the person that Christ has called you to be. What's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this, your takeaway is this. What is the bottom line in your self-development? What's the bottom line? Look at the bottom line. Are you growing? That's it. Are you growing? The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Again, I welcome you to this venerable building, this wonderful place. It is the headquarters of United Holy Church of America, Incorporated. And Life Changers, I will see you. I'm getting on the plane to get back because I got a word for you this Sunday. Share the man. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. Bye now.